His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity grows once in a
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today I have Brandank back on again. I mean, you guys had so much success. Literally, I had hundreds of tweets and comments hitting me up that you guys got the 13 or the 15 wins in the 2v2 CRL challenge using the decks that were created by Brandank. I've invited him back on because he has a Mega Knight deck right now that is absolutely killing it. Mega Knight is back in a big way. And I thought that you've been, what are you, like at 85% right now, Brandank, using this deck in like 200 matches? I'll flash on the screen whatever your stats are.
Yeah, I think it's like 83, 82% for the past 200 matches with it. And
That's
like,
insane.
Yeah, it's just, I haven't even had that much experience. It's just like around a week's experience, but like over time, I have a feeling it's going to be even better. So
yeah, it's so strong. I'll show the deck, by the way. And not only that, it's a graveyard Mega Knight deck, which is not something that we're used to seeing all the time. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't you talk about substitutions for the Mega Knight? And I mean, I don't think many people are watching with the Mega Knight on the thumbnail and the title, but just in case, substitutions for Mega Knight and Ice Wiz.
yeah, so if you don't have Mega Knight, you could probably use Valkyrie instead. And if you don't have Ice Wizard, you could probably use Executioner, but then you'd have to replace Mega Knight with Valkyrie to make the cycle a little bit better.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. In this deck overall, community-wise, not just you, has like an 81% win rate, so it's insane. So hopefully you guys can have a lot of success with it, just like everybody else who's playing it right now seems to be. So I want to start out right into a 12 win, then I'm going to play a live match, and then we can get into another 12 win, because you've been rattling off 12 wins GCs with this deck. So let's start with the one against Lava Loon. I think that was this 12 win here against Sasuke or something like that.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and do the play-by-play on that one first, Brandank?
Sure.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. So yeah, man, I mean, it's a running joke here on CWA Mobile Gaming YouTube that we always go, what about Lava Hound? Lava Loon crushes this. So talk a little bit about strategy against Lava Loon as we kind of enter in this match and then transition to your thought process.
Yeah, so usually in Lava Loon, what you want to do is that if you're facing Lava Loon, you should probably play Passive Bleed first. So don't go for like graveyards right off the bat if they Lava Hound in the back. So just like play it passively, play like an Ice Golem in the back, play Ice Wizard in the back, and just sort of slow roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and obviously you don't even know what deck he's playing at this point. Well, you see the Valkyrie and the Tombstone, you must be probably thinking maybe Lava Hound at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you just waiting for him to drop a Lava Hound? Like, will you not go in with a graveyard until he drops a Lava Hound?
Pretty
or
much,
Balloon?
yeah. But right here, see, I go for Mega Knight because I know that he doesn't have Valken Cycle, and he just wasted Fireball. I know that he's low in Elixir, and he had no Minion Cycle either. So then I know I can go for a graveyard with the Mega Knight.
Wow. Okay. So breaking that down, it's all about, basically in a nutshell, to simplify it, you just knew what he had in hand. He didn't have a good answer to the graveyard Mega Knight combo.
Exactly. Yeah. So in certain situations like that, if you know that their counters are out of cycle, you can then pressure them. But if you know that they have all the counters in cycle, don't like try to put so much pressure, or else they're just minions your graveyard, and then you'll pretty much lose the game.
Yeah.
Like,
well, this is kind of an interesting push here. You're going to, okay, so you activate with the balloon there. So that was pretty easy, I guess, right? So
yeah.
Is that going to be like your modus operandi for every single balloon push, that you're basically tombstoning? Like if you're going against a balloon cycle deck, obviously not Lava Loon, but you're going to tombstone then NATO?
Yeah,
On
that's
the
probably
first balloon push, I should say?
Yeah, yeah. So if I have Mega Minion Cycle, and if I don't have Tombstone, then I'll try to instead just Mega Minion and then Tornado. But then if I happen to have Tombstone, then I'll go ahead and Tombstone and then activate the King Tower.
Okay, walk us through this push right now, because you know he has balloon. Well, now he has it in cycle again. So what are you doing here?
So yeah, so I know that it's double Elixir, so I have a lot more Elixir to work with to handle these pushes. So I'm actually feeling okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that he would probably cycle more like troops behind like the Lava Hound, so I preemptively placed Mega Knight knowing that. And here I'm stacking Tombstones because I know it's going to be really hard to break through all of them if you go for a Loon push.
And then you have your poison ready. That's going to go ahead and go down. That poison was a little bit late just because you didn't have enough elixir, obviously, to play it. And a
Yeah.
question I have for you is, how late is too late on poisons comboing with graveyard? Like, let's say it was another elixir behind. Would you still have done it there or no?
Probably not. See, if
But then again,
I
you probably
just
wouldn't have
had
went in
zero-
with it, right? If you knew he had minions and you didn't have enough elixir for poison.
yeah, exactly. But if I'm at like literally zero elixir and he plays minions, then I won't poison. But
Okay.
it sure depends on like how much elixir I'm at, as well as how much elixir I have available. For example, if it's double elixir or single elixir. If it's single elixir and if I'm at like 2 elixir after a graveyard, I'm definitely not going to poison. It's definitely too late.
Mm-hmm. And
But
then
like
that fireball comes down. It's just like you have this on lockdown because of the NATO. You know, I mean, you have
yeah,
the NATO and the tombstone, which is nice, and you're able to just poison out. You made it look really easy, Branding.
yeah. It's not about being too aggressive. And at the beginning, I made sure I went for just a few graveyards. Usually, I don't advise going for graveyards in single elixir, but in that instance, I knew that I had a good elixir advantage and that his counters were out of rotation. But
Okay.
if he has counters in rotation, definitely don't go for graveyards quite yet. Like wait on the opportunity that arises before you go for graveyards.
All right. I'm gonna go into a live match. Are you ready to coach me? It might be a
Yeah,
handful for you.
yeah.
All right. Here we go. Going in. My deck, I really have no excuses here, Brandon, because my deck is almost max except for the Mega Knight. So good luck, because we have the king of BM himself, or maybe you're the prince of BM. I would say King Zhao is probably the king, right? But we'll. Oh, I have a weird starting hand here: Mega Knight, NATO, Poison, Graveyard, like the worst you can have, right?
Yeah, I would just wait.
What
Yeah,
do I
definitely
do?
not
Like,
a
what
good.
if they drop a knight in the back? What am I supposed to do?
I would just drop Mega Knight in the back.
Okay,
It's
same
pretty.
lane.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what if he drops like a Mega Minion in the back? What do I do there?
I would just probably poison it. I don't know. Or you could drop Mega Knight in the back too. It's an awful hand.
This is awful. Okay, this is literally the worst hand you could have, basically. The
I
win
would say
condition.
so.
I mean,
Yeah.
if he drops a golem, I'm looking great.
Even then, it's kind of
No, I just go opposite lane with a huge 12 elixir push, and then I just hope for the best. I hope I can
yeah,
poison and NATO and stuff on the other end, right?
yeah.
I mean,
So
that's all I
actually, what
can
we're
do. I
waiting.
could actually go graveyard ice golem, or is that not good to do?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Well,
No.
ice golem's my fifth card, I should say. So like, if he dropped a golem right now, it'd be better to drop the Mega Knight graveyard. Ooh,
Yeah, I'll try Mega Knight same lane.
okay. Yeah, I don't even know. That was I leaked so much elixir there. I have no idea what to do. I guess I'm just gonna activate. Can I activate this? You
You
think?
can't. I would tornado it backwards, not into the game
Okay.
tower. You can't.
Okay. Thank God I have branding. Okay, I'm just gonna Mega Minion here. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Kind of
good.
a little awkward, but he's gonna have to. Okay, he has XC. So should I go op? Nah, I can't do anything. You're right.
No, I
Just
would just play
chill.
it slow.
Yeah.
So with the Mega Knight, it's actually So usually with Graveyard, I
So I
advise you
shouldn't
not to
poison
go
the
for Graveyard.
Executioner. I shouldn't have poisoned.
I would activate. Okay, actually no. Yeah, kite it to their lane, and I would just play something for that
Yep.
Executioner. Yeah,
Ooh, that was
but yeah,
unfortunate, but it's okay. So what should I do here? Should I Mega Knight or no? Just
no,
Tombstone?
I would just poison the Tombstone. I just play it slow,
Okay.
but not right now because he started a giant push. So I would just defend this push.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer to drop Mega Knight once they dropped more supporting troops.
Okay.
So I'd
Yeah.
drop it on top of that. But in this case, he's also playing very slow, so you can just drop it in the back, and you should be
Yep.
okay.
Okay. So should I Graveyard here or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice Tombstone on his part. Not going to really get much damage at all, but it's all good.
Let's play defensively.
Yep. So I'm gonna Mega Knight this time on the this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're just gonna chill and kind of reload here.
Yeah.
So
He's
should I?
actually playing smart. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting like a little weird lag, but it's not like affecting my gameplay. But I wish I could use that as an excuse. But all right, so here's okay. I just kind of screwed that up, not getting the death damage. But
So if you had the chance right there with the giant,
oh my god. Well, I have NATO. I don't know if I should use it.
no, don't.
I guess I should have.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Go for Graveyard now.
I'm gonna try to NATO everything into the Mega Knight. I don't know if it's gonna work, but come on, come on,
Wait.
come on, Mega Knight, get it, the job
Mega Knight?
done, baby. Get the.
Play defensive and just poison the tower, and you got it.
Yep. All right, baby, we got it. I mean, I didn't
Let's
make it
go.
look very pretty, but we got the job done. I like
Nice.
it though. Mega Knight was the big guy who came through for me there, Brandank.
Yeah. So I think I was trying to say earlier with the Mega Knight, if you don't have enough elixir for poison, let's say that you have a Mega Knight on the field that's pretty healthy, you can actually just straight up go for Graveyard, and you don't even need to have enough elixir for poison because handling both the Mega Knight and the Graveyard at the same time for your opponent is going to be very difficult. So at times you don't even need to have enough elixir for poison. You can just like play the Graveyard, and you'll actually get a bunch of damage off.
Okay, so maybe I hesitated a little bit too long there.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to watch the one against King Johnny here, which is your 11 win from the first set of 12 win replays, if you don't mind. Because this was a very difficult... I'm just going to show the deck. This deck that he's going against, guys, has P.E.K.K.A. It has Poison for the Graveyard. It has a little bit of bridge spam. He also has Ewiz. He has like Dark Goblin. I feel like this deck is like really annoying to face. So I want to see how you did that. I'm gonna go ahead and pause at the beginning. But before I press play, just give me a quick kind of synopsis on my live match. Did you see any other major mistakes that I made there? I mean, not getting value out of the Mega Knight was a big one, and maybe being a little bit late on that Graveyard waiting for the poison. Anything else other than that, or was it pretty all right?
I think that's pretty good. One thing you could have done is that, okay, so in general, you cannot tornado the giant to the king tower anymore. But what you could have done is that if the giant was going towards the tombstone, then you could have actually activated the king tower because the giant's much closer to the king tower then you can tornado it to the king tower, and you could have activated it.
Okay.
So it was right around the time that he used freeze. So just before that, you could have activated king tower with the giant.
That's good too, because that freeze would have opened up the opportunity for me to actually use the 3 elixir and not be at a huge deficit. So, yeah. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and watch the replay in 3, 2, 1, play. All right, so walk us through this one, man. I have no idea how you beat this dude. Seriously. We'll see though. So starting plays, your starting hand looks much better than my starting hand that previous match. So
yeah, this is one of the best starting hands I could have.
Yeah, because you have. Basically, I assume that Tombstone and then Ice Wiz and then Mega Knight would be your ideal starting 3 plays in that order.
Yeah. I would like to have also Tornado, but definitely a great starting hand. If I have Poison and Cycle, definitely good. And if I have Tombstone, that's even better. So
okay, well, walk us through it then. Well,
yeah, this guy. Part of what helped me win is that he started bridge spamming very early, which is definitely something you should not do. Definitely don't do this because. I mean, look at this. I have so much elixir, and he just got enough elixir for P.E.K.K.A., so I can just Graveyard and I just win the game.
Wow, and you dropped the good game immediately.
Yeah,
yeah, because he has Zap, which is he's really hesitating on, which he should actually. But you're right, he has nothing at all. So now, just like that, I mean, it goes to show the danger in spamming early like that, right? I can't. And this was the 11th win too, so it's not like this guy's like a schlub or anything, you know?
Yeah. I guess. Maybe he just wanted to take a risk, just maybe it work out.
So you show really good restraint here, not doing anything, just letting that Tombstone do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, you know, in this match that I guess you've already kind of have it won. All you have to do is defend. Now, in a situation like this, is a kind of a good learning experience, even though it's pretty much already over. Are you going to try to stay aggressive and start hitting the other lane? Are you going to hit the same lane? How low is low enough for you to not do a Graveyard on that tower anymore?
So if it's within like poison range, I definitely wouldn't go for a Graveyard.
Yeah.
But if it's anything a little bit more in poison range, I still will have to Graveyard.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spend 2 poison cycling. And you see here, I'm actually leaking a lot on purpose because I don't want to commit a Mega Knight because then you just get a really good trade of P.E.K.K.A.
Okay.
So I decided to be very, very hesitant there. I was willing to take a lot of damage since I already have a huge lead.
Okay.
So I just don't want him to like have any chance of coming back. So
I like that though. That's something that we really never talk about. Like, is there a good situation for leaking elixir? And that would be one of them. When you just the play that you want to make is just too much of an elixir commitment.
Yeah.
And here you're able to really just cycle beautifully here.
Yeah, like defending against bridge band pushes is quite easy with this deck with the Tombstone, with the Ice Golem kiting, with the Mega Minion. It's just very good defensively.
Absolutely. And you can see the power of the Ice Wiz, one of my favorite cards in the game, Brandick. I'm not sure if you knew that, but
oh yeah, I know that.
He's so this is kind of an interesting push here, but it looks like you're not going to have issues with it. You drop that Mega Knight, and Mega Knight really going to take care of that. You can just see the synergy, guys, in this deck. It's really nice to have the Tombstone and the Mega Knight for both lanes, and you have the NATO and the Ice Whiz.
Yeah.
So here we go, poison down, and that's pretty much going to be GG again, huh?
Yeah. Like if you graveyard the tower and if they poison the tower, if you place the graveyard like that, you're guaranteed at least one skeleton hit. So then you don't have to worry about like them poisoning the tower. Then you can just like poison yourself and then you can just win the game. So
nice, man. Well, GG. Let's do the most recent 12 win. All right, man. I want to watch this last replay. Sorry about that, guys. My dog kind of went crazy in the background. Had to edit that out. It's Sunday here when I'm recording. It will go live Monday, and every Sunday I bring the dog to the office, and like if he doesn't get attention, he hears me talking to somebody else. In this case, Brandank. He gets a little bit jealous. So anyway, we're back. Let's press play in 3, 2, 1 against Luiso. And I don't know, talk me through this one. You said this one is a more difficult matchup because it has the Inferno Dragon, right?
yeah. So you have to be very careful about the way you use your Mega Knight because, like, I mean, I do have Mega Knight for the Royal Hogs, but if I'm not careful, and he can build very good split lane pushes with like Mega Knight, and he'll stack an Inferno Dragon behind it and have nothing to reset the Inferno Dragon. So then he just gets tons of value from it. So you just have to be very careful and cautious about when you use your Mega Knight. But after that, like, you should be able to like do a lot of damage to graveyard since he doesn't have a great graveyard answer outside of like Mega Knight and maybe bats. But if you have poison, then it's like pretty good.
How do you feel about Royal Hogs? Like, are you? It's kind of like if I'm him, okay, he's obviously going to go in opposite lane here. But like, from now that you know he has Royal Hogs, are you always going to try to save your Mega Knight for it? Or do you not really mind defending with like unorthodox methods such as Tombstone or NATO Ice Whiz?
So there's a few things I can do against Royal Hogs. So I can use Mega Knight, of course. I can use Ice Wizard and Tornado. So if I use Ice Wizard and Tornado to the King Tower, basically what that does is that I activate the King Tower almost for free. Because if you Tornado and time it correctly, then you can get like pretty much 3 Royal Hogs on the King Tower, which is really nice. And then like 1 Royal Hog's like hitting the tower. But
oh, dude, but I mean that's great. But man, that was crazy what you just did there with the NATOing the Mega Knight to the opposite side of your Mega Knight. That was insane. And then getting his tower.
Yeah, I know that was crazy. I just tried to Tornado the bats, but then
yeah, you were trying to kill the bats, and then he dropped the Mega Knight, and it just like slid him right into the range of your tower. That worked out great for you.
That was crazy. Yeah, and like we can talk a little bit about why I placed Mega Knight in the back early on.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I knew that he wasted Inferno Dragon, so if I played the Mega Knight low, then I knew that it would like my Mega Knight would start walking, and then his Inferno Dragon would be in range of my Crown Tower, so it would take it out that way.
Okay.
And I knew that he would go with Royal Hogs, but I knew I had Tombstone, I had NATO, so it's not a problem.
Yeah. There's a lot of graveyard decks going around, Brandank, right now. What would you say? Do you think this one has an advantage in the current meta over the rest of them? And if so, why?
Yeah. So there's obviously like the Candy Card graveyard deck. There's the Valk graveyard deck. I think that this Mega Knight deck has a big advantage. Yeah, there's also Freeze too. But I think this one has a big advantage with the Mega Knight inside of it. That's pretty much like why it's great. It's because the Mega Knight is so good against Royal Hogs. It's a great graveyard tank, and it can also very easily handle golem pushes and giant pushes. It's just very diverse, and it can also handle like goblin barrels too if you play it right.
Yeah, you have answers. That's the beautiful thing about this deck. Is like even on ladder, it's great because you have, I mean, you have so many answers to every like popular win condition. Like even against Hog, like whatever, you have Mega Knight, it doesn't matter. You have Tombstone, sure. You have NATO, like I feel like all the popular decks, you have great answers in this deck for, even Graveyard, you do really well against,
Oh, yeah.
And against beatdown decks, I think that you're still looking great because you can still just pressure opposite lane and come away with a victory there. So, man, any final thoughts on this deck, Brandank? I really am a big fan of it.
Yeah, so I mean, this deck doesn't really have that many hard matchups. I would say that hard matchups are like decks that could outcycle the Mega Knight, such as like log bait decks, may be tough. So if they're able to outcycle your Mega Knight and your Tornado, it can be a little bit tricky because you don't have a small spell in this deck, mainly because I wanted more support cards rather than more spells. So it's a bit of a trade-off there.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, like maybe some faster cycling Royal Hog decks, that might be a bit tricky. Other than that, I think this deck has a really good matchup
But
against.
even against fast recycling Royal Hog decks, you have your Mega Knight and then you have your Ice Wiz NATO or Tombstone NATO or whatever, you know, like
Yeah.
at least there's answers, you know, even if you don't have that
Yeah.
Mega Knight in cycle. So yeah, man, thanks again for coming on the channel. Any final updates on you and CRL or anything like that?
Yeah, so as you guys know, I'm a satellite player and analyst for Counter Logic Gaming. So we'll be playing 2 matches next week against 100 Thieves and against NRG. So be sure to check that out. I won't be playing live, but I'll definitely be supporting the team any way I can. So
Awesome,
be sure
man.
to watch out for that.
Well, CRL actually kicks off tonight too, probably in a few hours after this video goes live. It should be 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern time, guys. So if you want to check out, I think the first match is it Counter Logic Gaming? No, I'm sorry, Complexity versus Tribe. So that's going to be interesting. Do you have any like opinions on that match while I have you, Brandek?
I don't know. I think both teams are some of the best teams in the league.
Me
Like
too.
Tribe, VRAD, and like obviously like Oxalate and Complexity has a really solid lineup too. So I honestly don't know. I don't really have a favorite in that match.
That's a
I'm
real tough one. You know, the Tribe had, well, I won't get into the whole, maybe I should add a segment and the end of my video is just previewing the matches coming up. But I think that maybe Tribe might be, I don't know. It's hard to even say. I was going to say Tribe might be a little favorite, but I don't even think so. I think it's like, it's a really close matchup. But either way, you guys will probably know in a few hours, or by the time you've seen this video, you probably already know as well. But Brandon, thanks again for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Glad to be on again.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a real fun one, and I think you guys are going to have a lot of success with this deck. Huge shout out to Branding again for coming on. You can check out his player stats in profile. Thanks to StatsRoyale.com, a channel sponsor here in the description below, along with my YouTube partner, Bren Chong. Check out his information as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.